Hello Westie students, this is Mr. Little, the librarian at the high school. Today we're going to be discussing the research databases that you have access to here in the high school. I'm going to walk through a few things that will hopefully teach you how to best utilize these databases and help you in your projects in class. Before I dive into the databases, I want to discuss what we have here in the Westminster Library a little bit. Obviously, like all libraries, we have a lot of books. We have the fiction section and we also have the non-fiction section here in the library. Fiction sections are going to be books that are in the genres of romance, science fiction, fantasy. The non-fiction section is going to be more books based on facts and history and biographies. We also have in the library over 50 desktop computers. If you ever get tired of using your Chromebook, then come down, use one of our desktops. These desktops also, when you use them, give you access to 3 printers that we have in the library. So if you need to print anything for class, come down, jump on a desktop, and you will be able to print from the desktops to the printer. And then we have our research databases, which we are going to be discussing today. So before I go into the actual databases, I want to discuss the difference between our databases versus the internet. So we all use the internet, and probably most of us use Google, which is a fantastic tool to use and provides us with so much resources and information. It does come with a few disadvantages. So a lot of times you're going to search, you may find a good article, but you may have to pay. If you do find a good article, it's hard to know if the information that is on the article has actually been evaluated and is reliable. So because of this, you need to do a little bit more research to find out if that is reliable. And that's just going to take a little bit of time. Whereas if you use our databases we have here at high school, and you search for information for your topic, and you find an article that has good information and you want to use it, you know 100% that you can use the information from this article as it is 100% reliable. And the reason we know this is because everything that's on our databases has scholarly information. It's basically academic studies. And all the content that is on our databases has been evaluated for authority and accuracy. So the way it works, to get an article onto one of these databases or a journal, they have to be peer reviewed. And basically what peer reviewed means is the author that has written the articles has to be an expert in their field. Has to be an expert on the topic that you are looking to find out about. Once he's wrote the article, the author must submit it to a journal editor who forwards this article on to experts in the same field. And that could be from 5 experts, or it could be up to 1,000 or even more than 1,000 experts in this field. And what these other experts do, they're going to read through the article, they're going to do their own research, they're going to make comments if how reliable, if the information is correct, and we run through all these different steps to make sure that this article is reliable, that it is 100% correct. Will it be allowed to be on the databases that we use? Alright, so now you're probably thinking, well, where are these research databases? How do I get access to them? That's just what I'm going to show you. So you're going to find the databases on the WHS website. Now remember, this is not the public school website. This is the Westminster High School website. So you're going to go to the high school website, you're going to click on the student tab, and then you're going to click on the library tab, and then you're going to find this blue Research Database rectangle and click on it. I'm going to walk through with you right now on how to do it. So make sure that you are in Westminster High School, not the public school. Then you're going to go to Students. Then you're going to click on the Library tab. Takes you to our library homepage with the beautiful picture with all the new furniture that we just received this summer for the school. Then you find the blue rectangle with the research databases, and you'll click in there. And then what pops up is all the database we have available to the students at the high school. So Cultograms, EBSCOhost, which is my favourite. Then you have the SIRS, you have Britannica School, you have Worldbook, and also another one of my favourites down the bottom is JSTOR. So for now, I'm going to use EBSCOhost. When you get access to it, it's going to ask you for a username and password. I will give you those usernames and passwords at the end of this presentation. So for now, just follow along with me on the screen. So I click in and go to EBSCOhost Web. And then it comes up just like Google. It has a little search bar here, and it's going to search through articles, books, journals, and more for us so that we can find information that may be helpful for your topic. So for my example right now, I am just going to do climate change, and it pops up straight away because it's a very popular one. And when I hit search, you'll notice up here I have over 62,000 resources for the word climate change. 62,000 is a lot, but the word climate change is very, very broad. That can take you to any topic, from pollution, from water pollution to ocean pollution, to so many different topics, and that's why you have so many resources pop up. So now you want to try and narrow it down to see what you're actually looking for in your project. So I'm going to go to Advanced Search, and the climate change keeps popping up. So let's say my topic is climate change, and because of climate change, sea levels are rising. Okay, then I might want to find out why. Why is sea levels rising? Well, because of climate change, the ice packs are melting. Okay, so after that I press search. So now, because I've narrowed down my search, I've used the word and, which is very, very important. All the words and up here. The database searches for all of these words in articles. So climate change, sea levels rising, ice and melting. And now it pops out every article that has these 6 or 7 words in them. It's going to pop out in these articles. And I have narrowed my search by doing that. So now I only have 63 articles instead of 62,000. Okay, and you can see by the highlighted section here that it's actually pulling out the words that you've looked for. So melting and ice is highlighted, climate is highlighted, global warming level is all highlighted there. Right, so I'm going to jump into this one. I'm going to see if I potentially can use the information from here for my project. Now this article could be from 5 pages long to anywhere up to 100 pages long. So for me to read through all this information would take some time. But there's also a quick way of doing it. If you go to the abstract, you can have usually a paragraph that tells you exactly what is in the article. So I can see from here, I have melting ice caps. I mentioned that at the top. I have sea levels, rising sea levels right there. Okay, I also have global temperature, Is that the reason why the ice caps are melting and the sea levels are rising? So I would say that I could definitely start reading through this article in the hope that I can find information that's going to help me with my project. Now, let's say I do find information and I'm going to write it down in my project. I'm going to cite it. Up here in the top bar here, I can save this article, which is very useful for me. I can also cite this article. So I've written a section from this article into my paper. I need to cite it for my citation page. So depending what format your teacher wants, is it AP format or is it MLA format, then they're all here, so you just click it. I'm going to do MLA, and then right there it has your work cited from this article. I'm going to copy and paste it, and I'm going to put it into my citation page. So very, very straightforward way to find some information and grab the citation. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my presentation. So I've now walked you through the steps to finding the databases and also giving you a brief explanation on how to use or how to best search using your databases. And this presentation is going to have access, the teacher will have access to this so that you can go back and review it and help you with your research. As I said here, the word "and" is very, very important while you're trying to find some resources. What I also have added is search phrases that will also help you. So a lot of times, if you're doing climate change, for example, there will be some public opinion. There will also be some stats involved. So any of these phrases for your topic could be very, very useful. This is also a different way you can use it. Instead of using the word "and", you can use the word "or", potentially help you with narrowing down your search. As I discussed, I'm going to give you all the passwords for the 6 databases that we have. So when you're in school, sometimes you have to use the username and password, or other times you can do a single sign-on. When you're at home, when you're trying to use the databases, then you definitely need these username and password for each one. Okay, well, hopefully that has been helpful. I will let you know that I am in the library every day. So if you're doing your project and you need some help to find some resources, please come in the library and see me. I will help you out as much as I can. I will also be coming around your classroom to help you in person too. So hopefully it was helpful. And if you need help, come and see me. And thank you for your time.